Hey, what's up you guys? Bloody Jacob here to bring you my review of this week's episode of Supernatural on the CW, which was episode 4 of season 13 called The Big Empty. So, I know I'm a little bit late on doing this review, but still had to get to it as soon as I could. Because Supernatural, it's a bit of a favorite of mine. I don't know if that's noticeable in this video. Well, not that, but this. Of course, that right there. So this season overall so far, I think, has been a little bit better than Season 12. Season 12 was personally my least favorite. It still had its ups, don't get me wrong. There's no, bad episode of Supernatural. But Season 13, I think, is a little bit more coherent, or maybe coherent isn't the word, but I was enjoying this storyline better than the way they did in Season 12. And this episode, along with the Patience episode last week, are probably the two best we've gotten so far. Especially this one, because we got a lot of character-driven moments in this. Before the episode really got into it, my main criticism was ready to be, I'm tired of this back and forth between Sam and Dean about what to do with Jack. And Dean's just, solid stance on, not being able to trust the kid, or you have to find a way to kill him. It was honestly getting a little bit annoying, because we've seen them have disagreements over, different characters or, creatures in the past. It just feels a little bit repetitive, along with Dean still not believing their mom could be alive after everything they've seen. It still does feel a little bit repetitive. It feels slightly like a rehash of what we've seen in the show before. But this time Jack, he is making it different. I do like the actor's performance as Jack so far. And before that annoyance or repetitiveness got too far in this episode, it actually developed a little bit instead, which is good. Through some direct experience, as Sam said before, what Dean really appreciates, his effort, or what he really notices or starts to care about his effort, and sort of just like a real proof or a real show of Jack's alliance here, who he stands with, and we got that in this episode. It's a pretty classic threat this week with shapeshifter, which I thought was fine. It was good that they added back some kind of skin effect instead of just cutting away from them and then going back and they're already transformed into someone else. You actually got to see the thing tear its skin off almost piece by piece, so that was good. I think they might have seen some fans as how they didn't like that and they missed seeing what actually happened. Still don't think it was as I don't know. I just remember the first time we seen Skinner or Shapeshifter in season 1. Am I saying Shapeshifter or Skinner or Skinwalker? Anyway, we find out that Rukiya Bernard's character is one. She's a doctor, sort of therapist in the episode, and it was really cool to see Rukiya Bernard on here because she's also playing a fairly good role on another favorite show of mine right now, Van Helsing on Sci-Fi. So it's cool to see her on here. She did a really good job in this episode too. Glad she wasn't just the straight up villain or monster they were looking for. She's been actually using her therapy to help people, get them closure with those they've cared about most that they've lost, which I thought was explained really well, and written really well. And when Sam and Dean, as well as Jack, first meet her, it ends up turning into their own therapy session, which I thought was fairly well acted when you actually get an argument between Sam and Dean, with Sam sort of admitting that, basically that he's seen Dean as, Mary or their mom's favorite, and he never really got that with her, so there's a part of him that is still, jealous over that, I guess, just a small, part of him, really. But that's been boiling up for a while, apparently. So I understood that, and Jared Padalecki once again did an excellent job with that. And what was another really touching scene in the episode was Jack talking to the doctor about, turning into his mom, and giving that closure he had with her since he never even knew her. So after showing her the video she had left for him, she does just that. And she also seen how much Dean seemed to hold against him, so she tried to work through that as well. But as his mom, she was able to tell him that it's not about who he is, it's about what he does, basically his actions. It was written and delivered far better than I just did there. But I still like that scene quite a bit. We also see Castiel in this episode. He's in the big empty, this dark space. No one's supposed to be awake or even conscious or alive whatsoever in this, but it seems like Jack's power is actually the one that kickstarted it and put Castiel there. And so we see, I forget what the thing's called exactly, but he appears to Castiel as himself, and he has this funny accent kind of thing going on, which is kind of entertaining to see Misha Collins do that. This is potentially another big bad down the road, I guess. I thought that part was okay. Although it is good to see Castiel, get back to Earth. Although I wish he would have appeared right to the brothers at the end, because with Dean just saying he's really not believing in anything anymore. He can't right now. That was a perfect time, but I imagine in the next episode or two he will. So that's going to be a really nice moment. Even though we've all expected Castiel to return, it's still going to be good. But yeah, overall this was a pretty good episode. About as good as the Patience episode last week, which I rated about an 8.9 out of 10, so I'd rate this one about an 8.9, maybe a 9 out of 10. Had some really good acting in it, don't get me wrong, but again, it does feel a little bit repetitive right now, but still love Supernatural, man. I'm going to follow it however long it goes. So yeah, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.